Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Ethiopian PM Abiy Ahmed is under fire for his controversial appointments. What is the criteria which the Prime Minister, his government take into consideration before making appointments to key positions? Secondly, UAE is again making new moves in the Horn of Africa. United Arab Emirates has expanded its influence in the Horn of Africa, whether it's Djibouti, Somalia, Ethiopia, Somaliland, Sudan, everywhere there is and there has been UAE's presence in one or the other form. Now, UAE is mediating between Somaliland and a country. For what? Let's start from Ethiopia. Viewers. Prime Minister of Ethiopia made three appointments today. I did a video on that a few hours ago. The appointments are becoming controversial. People are questioning the criteria behind these appointments. Abiy appointed a husband and wife to key positions at federal cabinet. Prime Minister, by the way, is entitled to choose his man. He is head of the cabinet, but obviously he is answerable to people as well. So, what is the criteria which he is? What is the yardstick which he is? With which he is measuring the people to be appointed to key positions. Gideon Timotheus has been appointed as the foreign minister. His wife, Hannah Arai Selassie, has been appointed to replace Gideon. She will work as Minister of Justice. Gideon was working as Minister of Justice. Will be replaced by his wife, Araya Haile Selassie. Both of them are from southern Ethiopia. People are questioning this decision. They say that Pentecostals are being appointed. One of the consideration which was taken into account is the ethnicity and the religious identity of the appointees. A key position held by Amharas for the last 6 years now has been taken away from them. Damake Mekonnen was Amhara, he was foreign minister. Tatske Selassie was foreign minister, again Amhara. I became the president to replace an Amhara president, and now Pentecostal man from southern Ethiopia becomes the new foreign minister of Ethiopia. Does Gideon has any experience of international diplomacy? No. He studied law. He wrote a book on Ethiopian constitution as well. His articles were published in international journals. But what about his capabilities as a diplomat? He has no experience of international diplomacy. What about his wife, Hannah Arai Selassie? Does she have an experience of working in Ministry of Justice, working as Attorney General or other, or to some other position about law, about justice? We have no information that she worked in some senior position in law, justice department. So then what was the criteria? It means that their professional qualifications were not considered for this appointment. Their loyalty was taken into consideration. Their loyalty with the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, with Prosperity Party, with the government. I think the Prime Minister wants to elevate those peoples to key positions, those figures to key positions, who cannot become part of any conspiracy against him. These people are professionals, maybe they're not political strategists. They cannot be part of any political maneuvers to overthrow him. These are relatively insignificant people politically. And politically, what can Gideon do? What can Hanara Selassie do? Nothing. Their political background is not very sound. So he wants to elevate these people to senior positions because the people cannot be a threat to him, to his government. This is the only criteria, I think. But definitely for a foreign minister, one must have extensive experience of international diplomacy, which Gideon lacks. Hannah lacks the required experience as well. That is why Prime Minister of Ethiopia has been criticized for these new appointments. Secondly, viewers, UAE has spread its tentacles across the Horn of Africa. United Arab Emirates invested in Djibouti, in Somalia, in Ethiopia, in Sudan, in Somaliland, everywhere. In Eritrea as well, they had a military base to back their operations in Yemen. So everywhere in the Horn of Africa, they have been having military presence or in other form, presence in other form. They have strong presence in Somaliland. They have established Berbera port there. Berbera port is turning into one of the most important ports in the Horn of Africa. Ethiopia willing to divert its cargo from Djibouti port to Berbera port. Berbera is being ranked as higher in terms of quality than Djibouti's ports. Berbera is strategic. Somaliland is strategic as well, keeping in view the new tensions between Houthis of Yemen and Western powers, Houthis of Yemen and Israel. Houthis of Yemen, backed by Iran, are hitting Western interests. They're hitting ships affiliated with Western countries. They are hitting ships bound for Israel. Israel wants to hit back. It lacks the strategic depth to hit Houthis. It wants to get close to Yemen. For that, Somaliland is ideal. If Israel has a military base in Somaliland, from here it can launch operations in Yemen easily. UAE has been involved in Yemen for almost a decade now. UAE, Saudi Arabia coalition tried to defeat Houthis there. Iran on the side of Houthis, UAE, Saudis on the side of other faction. But UAE and Saudi Arabia have been in dispute in Yemen over Socotra Island. UAE has presence there. Now UAE is mediating between Israel and Somaliland for the establishment of Israeli military base in Somaliland. What would Somaliland get in return? Recognition, which Somaliland needs badly. It agreed to lease its coast to Ethiopia. Why? To get recognition. So it is in talks with Israel through the mediation of UAE. Why? To get recognition. Recognition is the main concern for the government of the Somaliland. UAE is on good terms with Israel. We know that. Though Israel is killing Palestinian leaders, but Iran is fighting there. Iran backed groups are fighting Israeli forces. UAE is silent. It has formalized relations with Israel. It only issues statements. Sometimes it doesn't issue even statements. Turkey issues statements, does nothing practically. UAE remains silent. Iran fighting against the Israeli forces. Will Somaliland Israel reach a deal? That remains to be seen. So far, talks are underway, mediated by the United Arab Emirates between Israel and Somaliland. Thank you for watching.